Hi guys, welcome back to Those Two Girls with Val and
Leanne.
So, how was your week? Let's start it off with just talking about that.
Love it. My weekend, because it's Monday. We're losing track of time here. We're like, how was your week? It's Monday, but my weekend was good. I didn't do much. Actually, I went to TJ Maxx and I got wrapping paper, which I'm so excited about. I feel like I'm a psycho about Christmas wrapping paper. Every year I have a theme.
Okay.
And so I normally do neutrals and stuff, but this year I went a little crazy. I got a pink wrapping paper, which I don't normally do, but it has like cute little Christmas trees and candy canes. So I'm going to do like pink and red.
I love that.
Wrapping paper this year.
So you're letting your
our
hair
like,
down.
Those two girls.
You're inspired.
Dude,
I
love it. Okay,
You
but
know what?
also
Tis the
TJ
season.
Maxx, I initially went in to buy someone a gift because I was going to a birthday party. So I went in to buy someone a gift. I did not. I bought myself like $300 worth of things. I left without the gift.
You're kidding.
No, I forgot.
But that happens every time. I feel like there's a group of stores, right? And I'm pretty sure this is an amendment that's going to be passed soon because people are petitioning that if you enter a TJ Maxx, a Target, or a Home Goods, you need to let someone know or else it suddenly becomes a hostage situation.
It's dangerous.
And there's been literally a SWAT team involved. Yeah, no, I swear. Like, you go in for something simple.
Dude.
You end up becoming best friends with the guy in the back, Bob,
Bob.
who tells you his life story. And suddenly he's the one that's giving you advice on wrapping paper.
Dude, yes. No, but honestly, you need to phone a friend before you go to any one of these stores because it is dangerous. Consult a friend. Ladies, consult a friend before you walk into a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Target, Home Goods.
Or also go together.
Go to get buddy system.
Because you know what? You end up buying so many things that you actually don't need.
Yes.
And you don't realize it, but someone can tell you, wait, you have that already. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but my toxic thing is like, yeah, and I need another. And
Yeah.
I put it in my shopping
But this
cart.
is an upgrade.
Yeah,
This one has different settings. Literally.
I love it. How was your weekend? Did you do anything?
My weekend was pretty chill just because like, I don't know, work, school, all that. And I just feel like there's just been like this like deep, dark energy surrounding politics that I want nothing to do with. You know what I mean? I want America to be good and I want us to just all come together. But I feel like there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of anger and violence going on. And I don't like the topic that's getting mixed in with politics, which has to do with women. That gets me so angry because I just feel like when it comes to women's equality, how long have our ancestors had, like our female ancestors,
Too
or
long.
like our even been fighting for our rights
Too long.
to then be diminished and just like basically other people are having a say in certain decisions, and I just. Stuff
not
like
just
that,
other
it just
people,
doesn't agree
men.
with me. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I mean by the others.
The others. It's funny you bring that up because I actually saw a statistic that said women who wear makeup make 30% more on average than women who don't.
30%.
30% more. And I thought that was interesting. And I see two sides to this. So
Yes.
one side, because I feel like you and I are like this, we take care of how we present ourselves. We want to make sure that we look good. And I also feel like when you look good, you feel good, and people take you more seriously, especially in a workplace. I definitely do think that. However, on the flip side of that, not every woman likes to wear makeup. And not every woman likes to do their hair. And it's a hassle for some women. Like, it is. I mean, you think about like Spanish girls with our crazy hair and sometimes taming it. It could be a lot. And I think of mothers who maybe don't have the time to do their makeup and they're running around like crazy, or someone who's working multiple jobs, a single mother. So I think that's kind of fucked up. And I saw that and it's like, men don't wear makeup. This would never apply to a man. Men don't wear makeup. If men could wear Steve Jobs or all these Elon Musk could wear a t-shirt and jeans and they would be offered $500,000 on the spot. But a woman shows up t-shirt and jeans to a job interview or something, lazy, ugly. Why didn't she put herself together? She doesn't care. So on one side, I'm all about, yes, the way you look and the way you present yourself speaks volumes. But on the other side, I think it's really fucked up that that's even a thing.
It is. I know. But it's just like, one of those things that's just so gender norm oriented that we have created throughout the years that really doesn't make sense when you break it down.
Right.
But like, it's just like females just have this perception of being feminine, obviously, you know, and how do we present ourselves? We present ourselves in a kinder, more docile way.
Yep.
And our value is based off of how we look a lot of the times. Think about how men, they are valued by their leadership, their charisma, their confidence. You put those same characteristics into a woman and they come off as a bitch.
Bossy,
They're a bitch,
Dramatic.
they're X, Y, and Z. So it's just like these gender norms that I feel like we've settled into that aren't right. But I do see both sides as well with the makeup thing, just because I feel like...
I mean, I even experience it when I go out. Okay, think about like, so we both look young for our age. I just think about when I go to Publix and I'm buying wine or alcohol or anything that requires an ID, when I'm not wearing makeup, I get side-eyed. I get looked up and down. They're like, yeah, let me see your ID.
No,
like, and I've gotten like bitches, like
they're
oh,
calling CPS.
Yeah, like
they're
oh,
like,
you're cute.
come collect your child.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you're cute. You think you're gonna buy that? But when I'm wearing makeup, I'm dressed nice. I'm dressed up. No questions asked. Oh, hi, ma'am. Can I? Or like, don't even ID me half the time, or just are nicer to me. I do realize that, and I do feel like that's a thing, and I don't think that's right. I think we need to stop this. I mean, like we said, we don't want to get into the politics of it all, but it's something that I feel like really needs to be addressed.
but then again, I do see both sides, because think about it. Like, a man maybe doesn't need to wear makeup, but he can't just go into his job with like slouchy little baggy jeans and whatever. Like, a man's suit and his haircut and his grooming is equal to, I think, how a woman presents herself with makeup and her hair. I think there's an equalness there.
I see that, but so working in corporate and seeing how some CEOs have dress.
We're not talking about CEOs though, because I feel like even if it was a woman CEO, she can literally think about that one that was like on The Hills.
The Hills. Was she on the show?
Kim Cattrall. But
I
there's
watched The Hills,
women
but I don't
in
remember her,
business
but okay.
that are like way up there that like don't wear makeup. They don't care. They just don't, and they're very like highly respected, I feel.
I guess once you make it to that top and you demand that respect, but think about what she had to go through to get there.
I'm sure. But then again, she's also seen, exactly like I said, as a leader. She has like those masculine characteristics. So I think that as a woman, if you're going to take on those masculine characteristics, I think you kind of get a slide of the no makeup.
Yes, but it's even annoying that there has to be a trade-off, right? It's like, oh yeah, you can wear no makeup, but you have to demand respect, and you got to be a little more masculine, and you got to play with the boys. No, like why?
It doesn't have to be one or the other. But even think about it, like how people like would be surprised, like if you acted out. You know what I mean? Like, because they perceive you in a certain way.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like the gender norms and all that.
No. And I think women who wear makeup should make the same amount of money as women who don't want to wake up and put makeup on.
I think that's crazy. I wonder what field specifically it is, because I don't feel like it's like that in nursing, because I might be the only nurse that wore makeup on my... We're working for 12 hours in people's assholes. Like, nobody wants to put on makeup. I promise.
No.
And like setting spray, like, please.
No, hell no. No. Yeah, it probably depends on the field for sure. So I've worked in companies where I've worked on two extremes of companies. I've worked at a company, corporate America, where they would tell me my skirt was too long and they wanted it to be shorter.
Really?
Because we were meeting with people, like men in sales to sell.
That is actually the craziest
thing.
thing.
Yeah, and I didn't
like
have
an
enough
HR
makeup.
thing.
It's an HR thing, but there wasn't HR at the time because it was such a boys' club. It felt like a fraternity kind of working there. And so girls would get yelled at when their hair wasn't done, or if you came in to work with your hair wet and it wasn't fully blow dried or done, you'd get yelled at. If you weren't wearing makeup, you would get pulled aside, and they would tell you if your heels were kitten heels, they would pull you aside and they would say you need to wear higher heels.
That is actually
tighter dresses,
crazy.
not loose dresses. It was crazy.
So you were working at a brothel.
Basically.
A corporate brothel.
Yeah, a corporate
No, but
brothel.
isn't it funny too that like you'll do all the right things, like you'll present yourself right because you do respect yourself and how you present yourself. I feel like it's very much so people reflect that. Like people respect you as much as you respect yourself.
Yes.
And if physically you want to take care of yourself and do makeup, I hate that it is a thing because you could choose to not wear makeup.
Right.
But people will respect you more because they automatically on a subconscious level know that you respect yourself because you woke up and you put the effort in to look good. But isn't it funny that when you do that and everything, it's like, oh, wow, she's smart. It's like that wasn't even a factor.
Shouldn't be a factor.
Like, it's surprising that you're intelligent and that you have a brain.
Right. It's like, oh, I didn't think of that before. But now that you're wearing makeup and you look good and you look presentable, oh my God, beauty and brains.
Exactly. But like, for people, I mean, obviously women that like don't care about their looks and everything and whatever, people they're not surprised by their intelligence. Mm-hmm. But like if you actually do what you have to do and like you know what I mean? It's like.
And so so you're saying if you take the effort to look good, sometimes people don't think. Because I think I could see that on the flip side.
Surprised.
That people are surprised. Exactly. Okay, that's what you were getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, people, when you
1000%.
actually do all that, people are very surprised that you're intelligent. So it's like, are you setting up women to just be dumber by making them look better?
Yeah.
Because you're surprised when they're intelligent.
Right.
And they are looking better.
Right.
So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always misogynistic ideals underneath. Yes, exactly.
Misogynistic undertones.
It's so crazy.
It's so crazy. But yeah, with all that being said, I just hope that women keep fighting as we will, because like you said, the women who fought for this have fought for so long and they fought so hard and we can't let them down.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't want to get into anything that has to do with the whole abortion thing, but I want to kind of get into it for a second because I did have an idea the other day where it just seems a lot more logical if you want to actually get what you're going after, which is basically like that whole lack of fetal demise and like abortions, X, Y, and Z. Why can't men get a vasectomy?
Oh my gosh.
It's easily reversible.
Wait.
And maybe you should reverse it when you're old enough to be able to be responsible and take care of a kid instead of trying to take a woman and basically, first of all, women statistically are going to regardless be tied to that child, whereas a man, how many times have you heard of the man just leaving?
Right. Right.
So why can't that perpetrator be more in charge? The woman has to carry, the woman has to give labor, the woman has to raise the child, period.
Right.
And the woman has to suffer all the things that go on with pregnancy. So why can't a quick little snip happen?
That's reversible,
and you know
right?
what? It's reversible.
Yeah.
So you get a vasectomy, and when you're ready, and how crazy is that to even think that we would push that on men, right?
Oh my gosh, how dare we?
However,
no,
we are talking about
we?
women's uteruses. Men are.
Right.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane.
How they feel like they have the power to talk about our organs, but we can't just even insinuate that they could possibly get this tiny little, like I don't even know if I know they're not put to sleep. If there's local anesthesia, that's one thing. But it's a little, it's like a 30-minute procedure. Right. And you can get it back. So when
peasy.
They're old enough, when they're responsible enough,
when you're ready to have a child and impregnate someone. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Totally agree with everything you just said. And funny you bring that up because I had to pull out my phone because I just saw this. Vasectomy appointments increased by 1,200% after the election. So thank you to those men who respect women and our bodies for making those appointments.
That's amazing, honestly.
Love that. I love that.
No,
I saw that and I love that.
That's how it should be. If we're really trying to avoid all of these things, then why can't men, like imagine mandating a vasectomy.
Oh my God, no, it would be
that
the
wouldn't
end
happen.
Of the world. The end of our country.
You can't force men to do things.
The end of our country.
But look at them
Civil War.
Reaching into our uteruses. Anyways, anywho. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Wait, you know what I was thinking of?
What were you thinking?
Because I was talking to my sister on the phone and she sent her boyfriend to Publix, okay? And then I thought in my mind, I'm like, dude, send your man to the grocery store and watch how easily he crumbles and falls to pieces. Like, they freak out when they're there. I will send my husband to the grocery stores with a list, with screenshots, pictures, and it's still like a phone call every aisle. Wait, what did you want again? Send me a picture. Is it almond or coconut milk? Is it the organic or not organic? It's just the funniest thing.
No, it is. But mine is kind of not opposite, but AJ's a shopper.
Oh.
However, he is so routine. He only buys what he needs to. So literally, it's like spinach. I can like name it.
The same thing every time?
Every single time. It's like oatmeal, spinach.
What if you ask for something different? Will
Exactly.
he buy it? Okay.
Exactly. So that it's so funny you bring that up because this happened today with creamer for coffee. Okay. This literal man could not figure it out. He goes, which creamer? I'm like, I mean, if they don't have the coconut one, just go with one of like the Christmas ones. He's like, peppermint? Do you know me?
Disgusting, first
Do
of
you
all.
know who's on the other line? Peppermint?
Gross.
Disgusting.
Anything peppermint is disgusting.
But the thing is, the coconut one was right there.
he just couldn't
He couldn't find it. He sent me a picture, and I'm like, it's right there.
No, their eyesight goes to shit the second they enter there.
However, I can't complain because he gets to get like the essentials. You know what I mean?
Good.
I am in charge of getting like, I never ask him to like shop because
So, yes.
creamer, one thing. And I get, he tried to FaceTime me.
Yeah, the FaceTime. And then there's never any service there. So it's like, I can't see what you're,
Like,
what
you
you're
can
getting.
hear,
You
there's
can't
like
hear.
literally
It's
NSYNC Bye 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 playing in the background. Like there's people, like there's a child screaming down the hall.
Yeah.
You can't hear.
Yeah, no, but I was on the phone with my sister and she kept saying, hold on. She didn't even tell me. And I'm like, is he at the grocery store? And she starts cracking up and she's like, how did you know? Because every time they're at the grocery store, it's like every 2 minutes there is a phone call because they can't figure something out.
No, they have
it's
no
like,
idea.
you know, also pluck a man's eyebrows and see how quickly he squirms.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's like you pull one little hair and it's as if someone chopped off their left pinky.
No, it is. And it's actually all forms of pain, which is why we bear children.
Oh,
I'm
1000%.
convinced of that.
Same.
My husband doesn't really have bushy eyebrows, so we've never had to delve into that, but he's a beard guy.
Yeah.
And I will see some stragglers that are literally the size of the hairs on my head. And they're like curly. And I'm like, I need to get it. I have to get it. Sometimes I won't even warn him. And
You just go for it?
And I'll like wrap my
Oh,
finger.
it wraps around your finger?
wraps
It's that long? No.
Listen, it's like literally a curly fry.
That's like a hazard.
Like-
You could choke on it.
Yeah, exactly. Aspiration is
Yes.
real. Okay.
You could
So
choke
I
on
wrap
it.
my finger and I rip it out, and I swear to God, he immediately signs up for online like therapy because PTSD trauma. Like he's so dramatic.
done.
Anything. And it'll be like little things. Like the other day too, we were like messing around and I like hit him with a pillow, and he's like,
Not a
"Ow."
pillow. Stop. You
And
hit
he's
him
like,
with the
you
pillow?
would get so mad if I did that to you. I'm like, I'm a girl.
I'm not a little bitch.
No, but like you're not gonna hit me with a pillow. Like I'm a girl. Like I can hit you with it. Like I
Right.
can, smack you with a pillow in the face. Like
And you should be totally fine.
you're a boy.
You're a man.
You're a man.
You're a man. Be a man.
But we're trying to find the gender. We're trying to fight these gender roles.
I know, right?
swear.
But then we're like, be a man.
Be a man.
I mean,
I love
I do think though, yes, women equality, but I do think there are certain things like that are obviously that like I can't. Yeah, physical. Like I can't lift a 200-pound thing.
No way.
Like I need help with that.
There's no disagreement there. There will never be disagreement. I mean, genetically, biologically, we are just built so differently, whether it's the size of our heart, our lung, our
Yes.
wingspan, everything, our muscles are different, period.
Agree.
However, our brain is not. Our capabilities are
Yes.
not.
On the contrary, I think women's brains are better.
Because why? Because we have that emotional
Yes.
little touch. We
Yes.
have that intuitiveness. And not saying that some guys don't, because they do.
Yes, I agree.
But I think it's a lot more prevalent in women.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
1000%.
But also going back to just like things that are just like funny and random. I was thinking about how first of all, our generation is literally the last generation to see life without internet. Think about
wild?
it. Like, we saw it come up.
Yes.
Do you remember being at home and like you had to like coordinate with your family because you had dial up?
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't tie up the line because someone was expecting a phone call, X, Y, and Z. And like, obviously you wanted to get online for whatever reason.
Right.
Or vice versa. Someone was on the computer and you had to wait till they were off. Dad, when are you going to be off so I can eight-way call my friends? Do you remember when you would like make eight-way calls and it was like all of them together?
So fun. And you would talk on the phone for hours.
Well, until they needed the computer again.
Exactly.
The internet,
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, the Bell South dial up.
It's so funny.
So
but like,
funny.
So many things have changed. And I just think about like how Gen Z would handle certain things like that. How crazy.
No,
especially
they wouldn't.
if you add on how gentle parenting affects Gen Z. And I mean, no offense. And I say that ironically because I am getting at the fact that they are more sensitive.
Yes, which we love.
And I should, but see, do you see how we're like, no offense, and which we love?
Which we love.
Because we're like trying
so
to not
scared
hurt
of them. I don't want to
feelings.
hurt anyone's. Okay, you know what though?
Wait, but like, okay, with the Gen Z thing, I just feel like, imagine with the gentle parenting, like how different it would be. It would be like, honey, I was going to have a business meeting and you decided to get on the computer to search Britney Spears. Please don't do that anymore. And please check in with. Can you imagine?
My mother
before
would
it would
never.
be like, Bye,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Leon! Like screaming.
like what the hell are you
Screaming.
doing?
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? No, gentle parenting was not a thing for us back then.
No.
Our parents still, my mom still doesn't even know what the fuck gentle
never.
parenting is. We'll never know. Okay, and then to that note, Gen Z would have never survived the brutality of the MySpace top 8. That shit was like gladiator, okay? Like we would fight to the death about MySpace top 8. Should we explain what MySpace top 8 is? Because I don't know if we maybe... I feel like most of our listeners are millennials based on what I've seen.
Like, have people watched, what's that one movie? With
Which
like
one?
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, and Liam.
Oh, The Hunger Games. It would be The Hunger Games.
If you've ever seen that movie, same.
It would be The Hunger Games. I mean, we even had a disagreement about a MySpace top 8 once because I feel like so MySpace top 8 for if we have any Gen Zers listening. Oh yeah, my sister, she has no idea what the fuck does Pascal know what a top 8 is? Did she have MySpace? Yeah, because her and Alejandro, did they have MySpace? Oh crap. Okay, MySpace top 8 was you would list out your top 8 best friends and it would be in order. Like number 1 BFF to 10 best friend but not the best. And so I feel like you and I were always number 1 on our MySpace.
But do you not remember too
what?
that when MySpace first came out, it was random. Then they gave you the option to choose your top 8. They should have never done that. The game, literally, when I'm telling you, it ruined friendships,
relationships,
broke families apart. It created divorces.
Okay, I have a funny story.
There was countries that went to war.
I still have a battle wound.
Yes, like no, it was
scars.
bad.
Scars remind us that the past is real. Okay, first of all, you and I feel like we would always be number 1, and then I don't know why, but I changed it and I put you number 2 and I put this other person as number 1, and oh my gosh, the fight we had. I think I immediately put you back up to number 1 because
no, you had no choice. I think I sent in death threats to your entire family. Like, I mean, what else did you have to do? Like, you had no choice. So.
No choice. And then another thing, I was talking to this guy, okay? And I didn't know he had a girlfriend because he didn't tell me he went to another school. So I wasn't in school with him. I didn't know that he had another girlfriend. Okay, but I was number 2 on his top 8, and I always asked him, who is this number 1 girl?
His
cousin.
Like,
oh, yeah, like his best friend from childhood. So I never questioned it. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. One day, he finally puts me in front of this girl. My good friend at the time went to that school. She called me and said that this girl was livid because who the fuck is her boyfriend's number one on his top 8, and it was me. And so then I'm like, wait, you had a girlfriend? He goes, yeah. But anyway, that was his way of breaking up with her. He moved her to 2, then she eventually got moved to 4 to 8, and then she was out.
Listen, back in the day, you could either send a carrier pigeon and break up or just move their spot on MySpace. It was one or the other.
Crazy.
Like, that was it.
Crazy. Okay, but Gen Z would never. That was way too brutal. And they'd be like, we're all best friends. Like, no, bitch.
No, it wasn't like that
back
be
then.
like top 1. Like, and it's every, like a box of every single follower they have. Like, that's what it would
It wouldn't
be.
fly. It wouldn't fly.
No, it's so true. But no, there's so many differences back in the day. Like, even social media as a whole. Like, okay, think about celebrities. Like, celebrities back in the day used to be untouchable. I remember with my obsession with Britney Spears that still lives today.
Yes.
She is AI. That is not the real one that you see on Instagram. And I love that Kristen Cavallari called it out the other day. You saw that?
Yes. Yep. And then her video got taken down, right?
Whatever it is, it's coming out. It's coming out. Age of Aquarius. Anyways, so, okay. The fact that celebrities back in the day were so untouchable and like they just felt so celebrity-like. Like now it's like we know what they're doing. You know, they update their status, they post pictures, they literally DM us, they write back to our story, like our like videos.
It's not enticing. It's not that imaginative, like what is this person like? It's not there anymore. That interest is not peaked for us.
No, it breaks the wall of just like the unknown and like the celebrity there. And I just feel like it's so different. Like back in the day, like think about like the star of Marilyn Monroe versus like, you know, Kim Kardashian. It's like
we know everything about her.
Everything about her.
There's
like,
nothing left to see, to know.
She posts all day, every day, everything about her life. It's like
it's so
we know
true.
what she's doing. There's no mystery there. There's no
and
like,
that was the fun
enigma.
part. Yes, but that was such a fun part of just idolizing a celebrity back then, because as we know, we don't idolize celebrities anymore, but back then you would idolize them because you didn't know who they really are, but you would make up these scenarios or these ideas of what a good person this celebrity is. And that's why I feel like celebrities back then got away with so much more.
And everything was a rumor.
Everything was a rumor. Everything was alleged. Like now with social media, the pictures, everything. But you know what? Like we said in our last podcast, I like it better this way, I will say. It was more fun and innocent for us back then. It was nice to idolize these people. But, you know, now it's not normal to idolize people like that. We shouldn't be idolizing them unless it's like Mother Teresa or someone who is a saint. You know what I mean? But
100% agree with the celebrity part. I like the fact that they kind of just like are humans to us now.
Yeah.
They do what we do. They go shopping.
They're just like us.
They're just like us. But something I don't like that I wish we could take back, that there's no taking back and it's only going to excel from here because now it's the time of like robots and literal technology.
Oh, yeah. Is what?
It's social media as a whole, because back in the day, you used to go to high school with people, you know, you had your friends, and the people that you wanted to stay in contact with, you would know what happened with their life. Everyone else would fall off the charts until you had your 10, 20-year reunion.
Right.
Now it's like you cannot take a fucking blink without knowing that Amelia Bedelia had her 3rd child.
Right.
You know, it's like everyone, and it's almost this pressure to stay visible to the collective so that you don't feel that kind of like FOMO.
Yeah.
And then also stay in touch with them so that you know. And I just feel like it adds, at the end of the day, even though it's supposed to add this like more community and more feeling close together, it really creates feelings of anxiety and depression because it creates a lot of comparison.
Yep.
It creates so much judgment. It just like, and pressure to like post and make yourself and your life look happy.
You don't know the amount of anxiety. Okay, even for my trip that I just went to London and Scotland, I took so many good pictures, and there are so many pictures that I want to post, but I've been so busy and tired. The amount of anxiety that I got from not posting, like I'm doing something wrong. Like, oh my God, why didn't you post that picture? I have to post that picture. It's like crazy because I know it's for me because I want it on my Instagram, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I want people to see that I was doing this. And like, you want people to see that. But that's also, there's just such a beauty in doing things and staying quiet about it sometimes and just enjoying things silently with your friends and family and not posting everything on social media. So to your point and what you were saying, how much fun were parties back then where you didn't have to worry about being recorded, being photographed? Like, yes, we had our little like Canon cameras, but nobody would really put the bad pictures out there. I don't think people really got people like that, maybe, but it was just so much more fun and carefree.
Yeah.
Now you're worried about what you're gonna look like. Am I gonna be in the background of this girl's photo? Is this girl gonna post me looking like shit on Instagram, or me looking like a drunk fool on Instagram, or whatever, Facebook or Snapchat,
Yeah,
TikTok,
so
whatever
many,
the kids are using nowadays.
Concerns.
There's
Yeah.
so many concerns now. That carefree, innocent, gentle, fun in high school, it's not the same anymore.
No,
it's not the same. You don't go out. Like we had phones, but our phones didn't take pictures back then, did they? Or if they did, they were fucking shitty.
Yeah, we
didn't post them.
We had digital cameras all the time
Yes.
with us because that's like
We would make Facebook
pictures.
albums.
But yeah, no, it's just it really is crazy. And even just like the whole social media thing, even though it's supposed to be a way for people to connect, at the same time, I feel it's causing more isolation, and you're just connecting more with your phone when you really think about it.
And not your actual life.
You're not talking to a human being in person. You're talking to your phone to talk to that person, to talk to their phone, to talk to them.
Right. Instead of picking up the phone and calling them. Or
Right.
let's go to coffee. Even if it's a 20-minute coffee. Like, we would do
Times
that
are
shit all the time.
changing.
Times are changing. There's pros and cons to it. For me, I'm realizing that I'm becoming more of this homebody kind of hermit person. It's like, oh, why get together and see Val when we can just FaceTime and say the same shit? But at the end of the day, there's something so much more special about getting together in person and having that physical in-person connection with your friends. It's so different. I worry
That's how
about
we were,
kids.
This is how we were biologically,
We
from a
have to be-
science
yes.
standpoint.
Yeah.
There was no Instagram, Facebook,
No.
TikTok factored into our
Right.
genetics.
Right.
So we need that literal
Interaction.
social interaction in person and exchanging of ideas in person. You know, notice how people even change behind a screen, and
Oh
how
my
some are like
gosh.
just all of a sudden terrorist bullies. They don't act like that in person. You know, it's like they lose themselves too in this isolation.
And we talked about this too, about how just specifically Instagram, it's so polished and everyone presents what they want you to see, not who they really are and what's really going on.
100%.
And which is fine, you know, and so you're going to post a picture where you look polished and good and you're going to present yourself in a different way, but you kind of lack that authenticity. And so when I do find someone who's very authentic on social media, I commend them for it, because that's not easy to do, because everyone is so judgmental. But I think we need more of that authenticity, because do you remember with our Canon cameras, and we would make those Facebook albums with our pictures, and how embarrassing would some of those pictures be?
Awful.
We'd be like,
I
that
know,
would be like, that would be the main
literal.
picture of us
I'd
just
be like
being like,
drooling out of my
yeah,
face.
literally. Oh my God. And wait, what we would name the albums? Like, I know one of mine was like, I'm so 3008, you're so 2000.
It would always be a lyric,
a
song lyric,
a
or
lyric,
something.
So
Make
so
the
much
boys
fun.
so crazy.
Make them-
something.
Yeah. Always something.
But no, times are so different, and I feel like it's scary because
Yeah.
even when oh my God, I was obsessed. I could watch it a million times. The movie Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but like when you really think about it, it kind of feels, you know, because now we've created like this environment, this just entire population of people that suffer from so much depression, so much mental health things. And when you really think about it, guys, like depression, anxiety, all that shit, that's a luxury. Poor people in other countries don't have the luxury to be depressed, they have to keep it moving. So you know what I mean? So we're creating all of these things, like all of these problems, and then feeding it more with the same thing that created it.
Exactly.
And continuously just like breaking apart to the point that we're literally going, I feel like that's where it's going, where we want to create now. What if you had this chance to create this like false, complete, perfect life? You hate the one you live, And you know what I
With
mean?
the way
You
we're
could just
going with
digitalize
AI,
and
yeah.
it'll be like a real life. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
it's like
mean?
Ready Player One. Have you watched Ready Player One?
No, but I want
Ooh,
to.
you gotta watch it now. It's literally that.
I love
it's like
brain
it's
fucks like that.
That is the movie. So basically, it's post. I don't know if it's post-apocalyptic, but everything is gone to shit. Like the buildings are destroyed, and people literally just have one of those headsets, and it's a fake reality, and that's how everyone lives, and the world is falling apart around them, is falling apart, but they're living in this fake world.
But
and that's
exactly
where we're headed.
What it's gonna be like.
Oh my god! By the way, which crazy? Sorry. Today at the dentist, I'm sitting there and they gave me these headsets, like AI goggles, and they're like, you can watch a movie now while you get your teeth done and stuff. What happened to just sitting there and closing my eyes in pain? Yeah, what's next? I mean, kind of cool because okay.
No, it everything. I'm not gonna lie, it's cool. And the worst part is, just like I said, like humans are built off of dopamine. That's what literally motivates us to eat, to do anything, to reach our goals.
Yeah.
And any time that we find a way to do something easier, faster, our brain immediately wants to continue to do that, because obviously back in the day, if you're starving and you find an easier way to find food, you're going to go with that way. You're not going to go the long route. Of course.
You know? And instant gratification.
Instant gratification. So now you have this ChatGPT that you can literally ask questions about anything. It's going to give you a straight answer. And this is like now your buddy. It's like almost like your brain. It's an extension of you.
I think it's good for a lot of reasons, but at the same time, we're going to rely so heavily on that we're not going to be using our minds anymore. We already do. No, we already do with our phones.
Your phone.
Everything I Google
it's part of a limb.
Yes.
Like your phone is literally like,
when I can't find my phone, I'm freaking out. Like the anxiety of, oh, I left my phone at the store, or where is my phone? And the second you find it, the relief that just comes swarming onto you. That is not okay. It's your lifeline. It's your lifeline. That's it. Without my phone, I'm nothing.
I just feel like even though this brings us so much accessibility and like so much progress and X, Y, and Z,
so many cons to it.
I think it genuinely takes away from our
humanity,
all of it, our happiness, our ability to stay present, mindful, all those things, because we're just like, oh, let's look this up. I was watching this documentary with AJ about Lollapalooza and how it like came to be like back in the day, and you see everyone actually just enjoying the motherfucking concert.
Dude,
no phones existed, so not one phone in sight. How they found each other there? Remember, you would like have like a meeting spot. We'd have.
Okay, but think about when we would go to EDC and all those music festivals. I never had my I had a phone, but it wasn't. We didn't have service. Yes, people had their phones, so they were kind of recording, but not as much as now. Every concert or every event that I see or rave, it's just this.
And the worst part is how often are you going to watch that video? Because I've never watched one that I recorded at a concert.
No, so that's funny. I just went to Taylor Swift, and everyone, of course, with their phones for every song. I think I whipped out my phone for one song, enjoyed the concert.
Yeah, like why can't you be present and experience it?
Yes, and I was present in the moment, and it was so much better than what. It's crazy because people had their phones, Val, and she's right there, and they're watching the concert through the screen.
That's what I was saying.
She's right there.
Literally.
I'm like, put your phone down.
They paid $13,000 to get front row, and they're watching it through their screen.
Put your phone down and live in the moment. And to your point, too, of the accessibility that we have. Oh my God, stop. I don't know why this is my background sometimes, you guys.
Wait, I love it. This is great.
It's like a funny picture of Val, and it comes up sometimes.
That should come up when you have like, have you finished your chores?
Yeah,
or like
oh my God, yeah, like what are you doing? Get to work. To your point too, I just think of, you're going to regret not getting together with the people you love because you're just texting or Instagram messaging or FaceTiming. If you live somewhere where you can't see the person, that's fine. But like, for instance, my mom and people that I'm close to, visit them because they're getting old and they might not be around for a long time. And that's the beauty of things. No, but it's true. Like, yeah, no, it's depressing, but it's true. Like, I think of those moments and those times where I'm like, ugh, I'm lazy to go see my friend, but I haven't seen her in a few months, but whatever, we can just text. It's like, no, get up and go see your fucking friend because you guys will both need it. And it's always so much better. You go and, oh my God, it is. It's true. It's always so much better. So Put the phone down.
I just think about like,
oh my God, I didn't want to make you cry.
no, not like that, but like it's so true. And like I think about like I love like my grandma so much, and like she doesn't know like technology at all, you know, and like
you have to go see her.
She just lives such a humble life, and like
I think of that too. Oh, you're making me think of my grandma too.
No, and I love her so much, and I go see her all the time and everything, but it's just so crazy the world she lives in versus like ours.
Our world.
And it's so crazy because like we are just so overstimulated with information. Like we don't realize how toxic it really is at the end of the day.
It's so toxic.
Where like you could see like my grandma, like she like knits, she cleans her house, she watches
That's
she
so
watches
wholesome.
she cooks her little lunch, and then she watches Laura.
Yes, Laura, of course.
The drama.
Yes.
And
oh my God, she's so cute. No, you don't know. I feel so bad sometimes when my mom or someone wants to hang out, and I'm just like, I'm too lazy. I'm going to watch a movie instead, or just be on my phone. Or no, unless I'm sick or I really am not feeling okay, like get up and go see the people you love.
Absolutely.
Get up and go see the people you
Absolutely.
love. Like I want to get back to, you're back to the time where you would just show up to people's houses unannounced. You would just be like, hey, are you home? Oh, I'm just going to grab some coffee. You want to come out? Yeah, or come in. Let me make you a cup of coffee. That's just, dude, you cannot show up to someone's house unannounced.
No.
How dare you?
It's not allowed.
It's not allowed. But what happened to those days? I missed. Oh, I'm just going to swing. Oh, you know what? I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Let me swing by Val's house and see if she's home. We used to do that.
It's our brain, and it's the comfort in knowing that we could still communicate with that same person in our pajamas, like while we're also like searching the web. You know what I mean? It's like, why make that effort?
Why make the effort?
It's dopamine related.
I think it was.
We need that reward.
Yes.
And if we could get it easier, we're gonna do it easier.
Exactly.
Or we're gonna feel like, about like
getting up and getting ready.
It's
like
gonna
a
feel
hassle.
like more work than it used to be.
That's what it feels like.
Think about Uber Eats.
Yes. You want the accessibility,
Before, you
the
have
quickness.
to get out and get food. You didn't. That wasn't even in your mind for someone to come bring it for you unless you were buying pizza.
No, it's pure.
And now
pure
it's
laziness.
just like, I literally don't want to go down the street and pick it up. Like, let me pay an extra $85 for them to bring it to me.
1,000%. I mean, I think it was such an amazing thing during COVID. We needed that. It's literally what kept me through COVID. But we're over that.
No, I love Uber Eats, to be honest.
Get back.
I'm not going to deny it.
I'm not an Uber Eats.
I freaking love it. I hate leaving to go pick up food and stuff like that.
I like it.
You know, but I'm not going to deny the toxicity of the trajectory of where all of this is going, where it's literally going to like, I feel like we're going to be like in bed and be like,
rotting potatoes.
Like,
we're not going to be able to
bring
move.
me potato chips.
Yeah.
And then like,
yeah.
Oh, I gotta pee, and then like a machine comes and like takes your pee out. Like
we're just gonna be rotting.
As we're playing video games all day or something, and like
I think it's crazy because I think this could either be, if we use it properly, which we won't because we're mankind and mankind destroys everything. If we use this technology properly, it could be the best thing that has ever happened to us. However, I know we're not going to be using it responsibly because human beings are not responsible and we destroy everything in our paths. So unfortunately, I think this is going to be the demise.
Absolutely. And even in the Bible, you know, not even to be religious because I'm genuinely not, but even then,
I know,
you know, the mark of the beast is literally technology.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully us and all our kids are gone by then.
Oh God, I hope so.
But either way, it is really scary.
It is so scary.
And there was one more thing that I wanted to touch on with all of this, which is
about like technology, or
it was about technology and like social media.
I had something like Gen Z, or back then in the day, because we were talking about
something
how it was back then.
Right.
So okay, Gen Z would not be able to survive without their phone and the maps, because what did we have to do back then to know where we were going? We had this thing. Okay, first of all, let's take it back to our parents. Let's take it back.
I couldn't read a map if you literally fucking gave me $1 million.
Wait. So let's take it back to our parents.
Our parents.
My parents, when we would go on road trips, because we would take a road trip every year to North Carolina, whatever. When we would go on road trips, they would literally have a map in their glove compartment, and my dad would be like, Layla, where do I have to go? And she'd be like, I think it's the next exits. And it would be pitch black, nighttime, like 9 p.m. with 4 kids in the backseat. And we don't know what the hell's going on because we're young. Gen Z would never, I mean, personally, honestly, millennials too, we would never be able to do that. And then my parents would also, if they were lost, you would have to stop at that sketchy ass gas station and ask for directions to the nearest hotel.
How did those gas station people always know?
They always knew because I feel like they were always off a major highway.
World travelers.
Because they were always off a major highway. So
it's wild. No, it always I was like, how did they always
We had MapQuest. Okay, so there was this thing called mapquest.com, and you would have to print out on a piece of paper the instructions, and you would be driving. That's what we would do.
And see, that was a luxury for us.
That was a luxury for us.
That was so nice to do. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I would do without these printed out MapQuest.
Yes, and you would be driving and make sure.
My printer's broken. My world is over.
So then you would have to write it down.
Yeah, you would write it down verbatim.
Dude.
Right?
That's how we got to so many parties in high school. I would MapQuest the address, be like, send me the address. I would MapQuest it, and then we would get lost because it'd be like, oh, is that 15th Street or 15th Terrace? And we'd have to go around.
Yeah, and we'd end up at another party somehow.
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah. Okay, but also to this note, the car rides and the sibling fights.
Okay. So also, that's another thing too, that like I just feel like now everyone, like kids especially, we've spoken about this in the past, are just so addicted to like electronics. They have to be busy. They have to like, or else they're just like crying and whatever, and their parents ease them by giving them an iPad. Back in the day, that wasn't an option.
No.
What would we do? We would either fight with each other, literally, which in that case, my mom... The terrorist. No, she's not. She's a sweet
Your mom is
angel.
A saint. I could never even imagine her being.
But like she was like a strict mom. Like you know what I mean? So if like she like heard us fighting in the back, it would just literally be this psycho hand just going like flailing in the back trying to find some skin to pinch. And so everyone's legs would just go straight up, so she couldn't. Like I would be literally on the roof of the car, like trying to
falling out.
Yeah, falling out with the window open, like trying to avoid the monkey pinch.
Dude.
Okay, so you'd either do that or
wait. My mom took it to the next level. That bitch actually would turn around and get in the back with us, and
she wouldn't.
Yes, she would. Layla.
She would pull over. Layla. She would pull over and park.
No, my dad would be driving. Oh no. If my dad. Oh yeah, no. If she was driving, she would throw stuff. Cállense, Leon, deja de gritar, screaming.
Crazy.
And if my dad was driving. Bro, the second you would see this movement and her getting up, we were like, oh, and she would come to the back and no, there was no messing around. Fucking cocotazo.
Exactly. And even, okay, so even if you like, let's say, couldn't fuck around with your siblings or whatever, what would you do? Hopefully it was a rainy day and you could literally race the raindrops, you know?
Pray to God.
And tell me you weren't so sad when the raindrop that you were rooting for was slowing down. And then, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that's all you could do.
Because like literally I saw a meme about this like a couple years ago and I was like, other people did this.
Yes, other people.
What
else would you do?
Raindrop races, like that's the most random thing. But like I bet Gen Z can't even like wrap their head around this.
They don't even know what a raindrop is. Okay,
what is that?
Like what is a raindrop on a?
Would I
windowsill?
Cry when you're?
Okay, I actually have the funniest story in high school. I broke up, but we were on a road trip, and we were going on a road trip with my family, and it was raining, and I had my iPod. I had an iPod at the time. I got the iPod Nano, so I was like super excited. And that's all you could do. Finally, when those came out, it was like, thank God I could listen to music on a road trip and I don't have to interact with my siblings or my family. Amazing. Won the lottery.
I'm sorry, but iPod.
Wait, hold on.
In general.
The coziest,
with the
best.
little,
I know.
What the fuck
and your
happened?
playlist?
Why did that stop?
Because we have
Sorry,
our phones
go
now.
on.
No, because
I'm
we have
so
our phones
upset.
now. But anyway, we were on this road trip and it was raining. And okay, I had just broken up with my boyfriend and I had just broken up in high school. And we were dating for a while, which like it was a month. But a month in high school was like a year. That is insane.
Like you're about to sign off on his last name.
I'll never forget the Mary J. Blige song. I gotta be with you, wanna be with you.
I knew.
Oh,
it's been too long.
Chemistry was crazy from the kickoff. Neither one of us knew why. That song on repeat, crying, raindrops and tears, crying the entire fucking time.
And then all of a sudden you were in a music video. True or false? True or
always.
false?
What do you mean always?
Literally?
Someone was recording me. I'm like looking out the window all depressed.
Dude, yeah. My life was like chronically just being in different music videos.
And always sad. I was a sad girl.
Oh.
I was sad. I was emo. Oh my God. I have to show you my diary. It is so emo and sad.
I would literally
even in high
give
school.
any limb of
Oh,
your
I have
choice
it. I'll
to
show.
read that.
You know what? I think I'll read it. I know in one page it's about Alejandra. And I write this whole thing about how I'm like, she is the devil, and I wish another family would.
You're kidding.
Oh my God, yeah, no, would adopt her. This whole thing. I have to show it to you. It's the saddest thing in the world. Oh my God, my poems.
Oh my gosh.
So sad. I was a little emo
Wait,
girl.
I have to see more of this. See, I wish I was more of a writer like growing up.
Oh, I was such a writer.
I was just a daydreamer. Like, that's it. I just like made movies and shit all the time. All the time. And I had like alter egos in my brain.
Oh, always.
That were
And you would make up like a
dating
million
famous
different
people.
scenarios, but I still do that. You know what? I still talk to myself and I still make up scenarios in my head. Like, and if you say you don't, you're fucking lying.
Yeah, but I don't.
You're like,
the thing
you're
is,
crazy. I
do you wanna-
don't.
This is actually the first time I've ever said this out loud in my entire life.
Oh, really?
But oh my God.
Wait,
I can't
say
even believe
it.
I was saying, I cannot. So I was obsessed
What?
with the Lawrence brothers. Do you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, okay. Yeah, the Joey, yes, the Disney Channel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one of my little wall ball games, I would make up
Yeah.
like shows and whatever.
Yeah.
I was their sister. My name
Oh.
was Kara Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, and I would like create this entire. I loved the show Brotherly Love. Did you ever watch that?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, so I would create I would watch it, and I would make different scenes with me in it, and like different you know what I mean?
Okay, but you were just a sister. You didn't want to date them. You just wanted to be the sis.
No, I wanted to be the cool sis. You know,
I
what
wanted to
mean?
like date them.
No, I definitely wanted to date them, but like in this world, that would be incest.
Yes, in this world, maybe in another reality.
Okay, wait. Can we also talk about how we used to download
What?
fucking songs illegally?
LimeWire.
24/7?
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
My
we
dad would kill me.
Then burn CDs to listen to in the car, and not even that. I remember a time too. This could have been like 5th, 6th grade, where it would be a tape that you would have. And you would record whatever was on the radio.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you would try to knock at the DJ being like,
Yes,
hey,
yes.
yeah, Power 96
Yes.
here. Lucy Lopez. And here's the next song coming up. And you would like try to like wait. You just like wait with your finger on the record button until the song. And then, and you'd always miss the first like half second. But
But you still had the whole song. Okay, wait. Anything else on this nostalgia topic? Because I love it. I could talk about this all day.
oh my God, I could talk about it forever too.
Wait,
but really it was
anything
just,
else? Okay.
what about if you... Oh my God, you had to know what time your shows were on. You know what I mean? Like your Disney Channel shows and everything.
Yes.
Because if you missed them,
Forget it. You can't rewatch
unless
it.
you had like TiVo or something like that,
Yeah,
which
but
came
this is
later on
before
DVR.
TiVo, yes.
Later on.
Do you
know what I
remember
mean?
being like me and my siblings? We'd be on the couch and it would be a commercial break, and you'd run to the bathroom or you'd go get a snack, and you'd be like, "It's back! It's back! Hurry up! It's back!" And you'd run back to the couch.
That is hilarious
best
because
feeling.
yes, that is exactly
The
it.
best.
And see, there was so much. See, that's exactly it. That instant gratification, that comfort of like knowing that you have control. Before it was like we had to play by their rules.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like
Watch
there
it
are
whenever
no
you
rules.
want. Yeah.
Now we
I mean, even
complain
movies-
about having nothing to watch when there's a million channels plus a million Netflix,
It's disgusting.
Peacock, Hulu,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Amazon Prime Video.
It's disgusting. It's
We're
crazy. It's
pigs.
like, what are we watching? No, it's pigs. It's disgusting. It grosses me out when I'm like, oh, there's nothing to watch. I pay for every streaming platform, like over $150 a month, and I'm like, there's nothing to watch. Like a little fucking brat.
No, we
It's
suck.
ridiculous. Yeah. We suck. We suck.
You know what? I wouldn't be completely opposed to like just going somewhere like for like a month
with no technology. Let's do it.
People say that that's life changing.
I
Like
would
going to like the mountains
love to do
and
that.
shit.
Don't worry, we'd still record our podcast episode, but
Yeah, no, that would
we
be
won't
like
leave you hanging.
What is it like the witch trial? What is it? The Blair Witch trial?
Oh
They're,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
in the woods and like they always had snot in their nose, like running down.
So annoying.
Another thing Gen Z don't know about.
So Jojo Siwa is at it again. Okay, Kris Jenner works hard, but Jojo Siwa works harder. So first it was she stole Choose Your Fighter from Emmeline, and she stole Karma from Britt Smith or something like that, right? It was from Britt. Anyway, she stole Karma and Choose Your Fighter. Now she stole someone's logo. Okay, it's this band called Tool from 1991. It was their logo. And basically it's a crescent wrench and a ratcheting wrench. So basically it's these two wrenches, okay? But they're shaped like a penis. So it's like the testicles and the penis. And that was this band Tool's logo. It said Tool in it. And it's the same thing, but it says Jojo. Why is she stealing people's merchandise? Why is she stealing people's songs? Like, what the hell is going on here?
Okay, this is actually crazy. You know, I actually know what band that is because
Do you?
Yes, because they were in the Lollapalooza documentary.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so they're like way older. So she always does these little things that like I feel like are gonna like go under the radar.
Yeah, that people won't notice.
Until the internet sleuths catch on and she gets caught. I don't think there's anything really too original about her.
Nothing.
I mean, even her dance moves look like an interpretive dance from like...
Yeah.
I don't even... What are those things? It's almost like she does it on purpose now.
I think she does do it on purpose now. I think at first she was being serious about it, and now people have given her so much shit that she's just going with it. I mean, listen, in her defense, it's getting her the attention. It's getting her the likes. It's getting her the views. So, honey, if that's what's working for you, keep doing it. But... man, again, another one? How is she going to continue to steal these people's shit?
You know what it is, though? An observation with Jojo Siwa. It's the rise to fame that she had from such a young age.
Yep.
There's so much pressure to stay relevant. Whereas, like, if you're a talented person that, like, has a semi-regular life, grow it, like, an uprising that's, like, kind of regular. Yeah. And then you get famous. It's like you want to just show who you are, who you've been trying to show your whole life. She already showed it. She became famous for it. Now it's all about she has to keep evolving or else she's going to die out. That's what always happens with people.
That's what happens with child stars because that was their whole identity. That was their self of purpose, their worth. And so when they lose that, think of all the child stars that the Disney Channel stars or the Nickelodeon stars that they are so famous and they have all this fame when they're young and then they lose it for a little. They kind of lose their shit. I feel like the only one who never lost her shit is Hilary Duff. She's the only one who has been...
You know, I don't even know. Remember when she was dating, what's his face?
Who?
The one from Good Charlotte who was like 18 years old, so much older than her.
Yeah.
It's not like they were playing checkers.
No, but she never lost it. No, but she never lost it. She never lost it. Yeah, did she do some questionable things? Maybe, sure.
Oh, also when she was giving a little fellatio in the balcony to her like newly engaged guy.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple of things. But no, she never.
Yeah, like, but that's like okay,
when
whatever.
When it came to drugs and whatever, but then again, Hilary Duff also had a very. It wasn't like she's been crazy famous this whole time. She was Lizzie McGuire. And then what? She like had this one show. I can't even remember the name. What is it?
Younger.
Okay, yeah, Younger.
Yeah, Younger.
And then like that like Girl Meets... Was she in... No, Girl Meets World?
No. How I Met Your Father.
That one, yes, which I feel like didn't even really
so good. I love it.
Oh,
I
really?
watched it and I love it. It's so good.
But I feel like it's not like a...
Yeah, it wasn't like a How I Met Your Mother. It didn't hit like that.
It's not like huge, you know?
Yes.
But regardless, I feel like she's a perfect example of someone that has just stayed stable throughout and has like created like this image of stability and she looks great.
She looks amazing. No, yes, 1000%. But like, you know, back like to Jojo Siwa, it's like I think that was her whole purpose and her whole worth when they get that at such a young age. And then when they lose it, kids like that, like her brain is not developed enough to realize that that's just life and that happens sometimes and they just want more of it. So she's searching for it and she's not getting it. So she's doing these bizarre things, like you said, to keep it, but it's not landing.
No, it's not landing. But I just think she just feels such a pressure to stay relevant because without that celebrity, she has nothing. She doesn't know who she is. She never got a childhood to really explore who she is.
Exactly.
And think about the fact that like when she was a child, she always had people telling her what to do.
Always.
She was always in rehearsal. She was always performing. She was always, even if like she couldn't have a bad day, she had to go perform. She had to go dance. Like if you don't have a sense of self, you're going to clutch on to other people's identity.
Right.
And I feel like that's what she's doing right now.
Doing. Yeah.
And like trying to make it her own. But then people are just like, okay, no, you
keep stealing.
You don't have your own persona. She's trying to find it. Even like it's so blatantly obvious that she's trying to do this with like that one time that she said like, oh, nobody's ever seen such a transformation. Like, what are you saying?
Okay, Donald Trump.
Like you literally, yeah, you have like What, you switched up? You're like pink to like now like
to black.
Yeah, to
like
black.
Emo, like Kiss vibes. Yeah, no. I think she needs to stop. And you know what? I think it's a failure of not her, but specifically everyone around her.
And her parents.
Her team, her parents who have failed her because, I mean
she
those
drives
are the people
around
who are
in a car.
with her face on it.
Yes.
Like a millions of Jojo
like,
Siwa
I
faces.
feel like she doesn't even know who she is on a deeper level than what she is on a superficial level.
Yeah.
Like, does she have anything she does on the low? Like,
I don't know, but that makes me sad for her. I know
You
people
know,
are
it is
hating on her,
very
and
sad.
like we've made our comments and our opinions about her, but at the end of the day, I feel like to me, I see her as like a broken child, in a sense, and it makes me kind of, now I feel, at first it was funny, and we were all like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's hilarious, but now I feel for her, like in a motherly, older sister sense.
I will.
Me da pena.
Eventually, I will when she's no longer getting the attention and the relevancy and she comes to a crash, because that is going to fuck her up so bad.
I hope it doesn't too bad. I hope it's not like all of these other stars that get into really bad shit.
I mean, I would be so surprised if it doesn't. But like someone that is so
wish that
used to a life like that from such a young age and being praised and getting all this attention, and then it comes to a sudden halt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
going to be good for her.
It's not a good look. And then realizing that you didn't have a childhood, or you didn't even really create an identity for yourself to live.
Yeah. That's going to be a scary wake-up call for her.
Yeah, it's a scary wake-up call for me.
For
and you,
anyone,
just like thinking about it.
I
like,
know.
That's terrifying.
I know.
But
I know.
wish you the best, Joe.
Oh, poor thing. Okay, wait, really quick. I also want to hit on, since we're on celebrity talk, Mel Gibson. So there is this leaked audio of Mel Gibson berating his girlfriend. Okay, this man went from Passion of the Christ, all holy, to berating women now. So basically, it's audio, and I guess we'll share it on Instagram or something. I don't know, but it's audio of him attacking his girlfriend because she got a boob job. And I guess he's saying that he doesn't like that she's wearing tight clothes or revealing clothes, and she's pretty much saying, I don't do that, like I don't go out dressing like that, and basically saying that she looks like a slut, a whore, and said, I'm putting it very nicely, but he attacked the shit out of her. I mean, you listened to it. It was not okay.
Yeah, he was like, it was not good. But also yes, he does have like his religious times here and there where he like comes off as a good person, but he has had a very tumultuous relationship with Hollywood in the past.
He has.
And drinking.
Yes.
And
I had
that
seen that
voicemail that we're gonna share, you can tell like he's a drunk.
I think so too. And I just think it's so odd though, because he did that movie, I don't remember what it's called now, but the child sex trafficking one. You know which one I'm talking about. Alexander, what is it called?
Oh, the new one?
The child sex trafficking movie. Yeah, the new one. He like wrote it or produced it. So it's weird. It's like, okay, so you're here for saving the children and doing good work, and you're religious, but then you're going to berate women and attack your girlfriend like that. It doesn't make sense.
But it's funny because the things he's...
Sound of Freedom. Yes. Sound of Freedom. That one.
But it's funny because the things he's berating her for, which is like dressing a certain way, wearing tight clothes, whatever. That's the exact same reason why you were attracted to her, honey.
Exactly.
Why aren't you dating people your age that aren't getting boob jobs and looking like they do?
Right.
He's like, I don't want to date people like you. Then don't. Date someone that's 60 like you.
Go date a grandma, baby.
Yeah. No
Go
problem.
to the nursing home and find your next girlfriend.
There you go. No problem.
That's
it just pisses me off when these men get themselves into relationships with
and then
these
they get
girls.
controlling. And then it's like, that's why you fell in love with me.
I don't want you to wear that. Well, then
what
why
was
did
I wearing
you
when
like
you
it when
met
I was
me?
wearing it before? Like,
Yeah.
No, don't.
No.
I hate that crap.
Okay.
But, okay, so obviously Wicked is such a hot topic right now. I feel like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are interviews everywhere.
Yes.
And it always feels a little off, which people have pointed out. Like, they're like very... I don't know if there's like a trauma bond going on or just like emotionally tied or like something happened on set. But it's just ironic because of, I don't know if you've ever heard of like the Wizard of Oz curse or like what has happened in the past, like related to the Wizard of Oz. But it's kind of weird.
Eerie.
it's eerie, and I wanted to go over it. So I
and a little too similar.
So with the original Wizard of Oz, there was a bunch of like really strange things that happened to the point where they basically saw it as like a cursed set because of all the things that happened to the actors. So for example, the Tin Man, that played the Tin Man,
the actor,
his name is Buddy Ebsen, and basically had to leave production after suffering a severe allergic reaction to the aluminum dust in his makeup.
Insane.
Which is absolutely crazy.
Wild.
Like, that's a lawsuit right there, you know? And then he was replaced by someone named Jack Haley, and the makeup formula was changed. Thank you.
Okay,
wow. A safer paste, as if they couldn't test it out originally.
Right. No, let's wait till someone gets hurt, and then we'll change it. Okay.
It's so crazy, because in today's day, like, that would be...
Dude, that would never fly.
He would be living in a private Fiji island for the rest of his life.
No, he would be banned from the United States of America. That would never fly here.
Exactly. And so Margaret Hamilton, that played the Wicked Witch.
Yes.
A couple things happened to her that were really strange. So there was this incident where she got burned. She suffered severe burns on her face and hands when a trapdoor stunt involving fire went wrong. And she had to recover before returning to set. Jeez. And on top of that, I don't know what the hell they're doing with their little paint and their makeup. I don't understand how there was no regulations. But her paint, that green paint, was toxic as shit.
Yeah.
So the green makeup used for the Wicked Witch contained copper. Okay?
What in the...
Which was toxic. And she had to follow a strict removal routine to avoid absorption or ingestion.
Dude, how much they better have been paying these people good money to go through all of that, because that's insane. Okay, when was this movie made? Like 1939?
I wanted to say 1937, but you might be
okay,
right.
Anyway, I'm not surprised that there were no regulations around any of this stuff. It was the wild, wild west back then.
It's a trial and error.
I don't think, trial and error. Like, someone died on set. No worries, we'll replace them and let's do a better job next time.
Yes.
Crazy.
And so when we get into Judy Garland, also, who played Dorothy, this is where it kind of gets a little eyebrow raising, because there was a lot of talk about her being on a super strict diet.
Yeah.
And mind you, she was only 16 years old during filming.
Crazy.
And there was just such long hours. She had a really restrictive diet, and they had her on amphetamines to keep her up.
Shut the fuck up.
And she was 16 years old.
16 years old. Okay,
yes.
But I heard and I read somewhere that translated to the remainder of her life, right?
Yeah. Well, it says that it had very lasting effects on her health for the rest of her life.
And that she struggled with drug addiction problems.
Yep.
Yeah, that she struggled with drug addiction. That's crazy. Well, and it's so eerie that you bring that up, because, listen, I never want to comment on anyone's health or weight or anything like that. But I'm not saying that, obviously I would never think in today's day and age, it's 2024, that the set of Wicked was anywhere near as bad, as the conditions as it was when they made the Wizard of Oz back in 1939. But it poses the question of, is there a curse of the Wizard of Oz and Wicked? Because
there's just a lot of parallels
going on there. There's a lot of parallels. People are questioning their health, right? Cynthia and Ariana's health. They're saying they lost weight. I mean, I've seen pictures of what they looked like before Wicked versus after Wicked. It's a little scary. It's a little concerning. Sorry, I won't say scary, but it's a little concerning.
It is concerning, especially if they're not going to admit to anything. It's not like they're saying like, oh yeah, we were trying to lose weight. So it's kind of like,
and haven't you
how
noticed
does that happen?
And with the videos of them on these red carpets for their movie premiere, how they're touching each other's faces. And I think you had mentioned this earlier when we were talking, but it's like they kind of have trauma bonded in a sense. That's what it seems like. Like they both have gone through something, and they've created this sisterhood where they want to protect one another. And I'm wondering why.
I don't know. See, I want to believe that this is genuine, but I don't know if it's PR. Because this is a perfect opportunity to get people talking. Like, I haven't heard anyone shut up about how they're crying together, how they're like, they have the same face reactions, how they look the same, how everyone's talking about it. If they acted like they were just co-workers that didn't like literally envelop into each other, I don't think that it would make such an impact.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 1000%.
Like, people want to know what's up. Like, people want to watch this movie now. Like, this is a hot topic because of how they are going about it. Notice how they're the only ones, too, that are, like, being interviewed together. It's not her boyfriend.
Right.
He's part of it.
Right.
It's only them two, like, the witches and their contrast. But then again, they're the same person.
Yeah, it seemed like the sisterhood bond. I really hope it's not a PR thing because that's a little terrifying.
I mean, I'm almost positive it is a PR thing. Do I think they're not yin and yang? No, I think that they probably have created. I mean, they went to England. You know, they've been in England for like, what, years on years together? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they're super close.
No, I'm sure they're super close, but this feels a little different, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen movie premieres where, you know, the cast on set become super close and they're friends, but this seems like something more, like a bigger connection. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to make it seem like a romantic connection or anything strange, but it seems like there's something underlying there.
Yeah.
And the people want to know what's going on.
I wonder. I mean, who knows? Maybe they really are just, you know what? At the same time, though, they're theater kids.
Okay, you know what? That's it. We're done. That explains it. Why didn't we start with that?
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay, why?
They just have such a different level.
Everything we just said is null and void. Like, bye.
Done.
That's
They're theater
it.
kids.
Okay.
Like, we're not talking about like literally filming Legally Blonde. Like, this is a whole ass musical where they were singing live together.
Yeah,
and
no. And I feel like singers develop such a different type of. Okay, Lady Gaga and fucking Bradley Cooper on that when she was like an obsession with him.
But that also felt like very PR-y.
Yeah. Okay, no, that was PR, but I also think she was weirdly obsessed with him.
That was strange.
Do you remember her interviews of the same one over and over?
99 people in the room.
Yeah. And it only takes one person to discover you. The embarrassment.
Bro, I have 99 problems and
she is one of them.
Yeah.
And those interviews are one of them.
Are literally one of them. That's it.
All right. I think on that note, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
It's been great. Bye.